let's go. I linked the first with the curse, with the thirst that I wanna be better, not worse, man, it hurts.
Hi guys, my name is Nefri, and you might be wondering what this game is. The game is called Unknown Nights, and this is a pretty fun strategy gacha type game I picked up a few months ago. If this is your first time seeing this game and want to play it, I got some helpful tips that you should know that can really help your initial growth to the game. Starting off with the attendance guide. The game allows you to pick a legendary knight you want for your daily attendance, and this will pretty much guarantee you a legendary knight as it requires 20 tokens to own one. When I first started, I didn't know who was good, and I just aimlessly looked at weird tier list articles to try and find the best choice. I kind of made the right choice by picking Raven, but that was not the optimal choice. What you actually need to get is one of the top 2 tier tanks, such as Charlotte or Bernard. The reason for this is because having 1 or 2 of these tanks is very important in progressing further into the adventure chapters. After getting 1 of 2 of these tanks, you could aim for Raven, which is an insanely strong knight even without her special weapon. I would mostly avoid assassins early game because they require a good amount of resources to be beneficial. If you don't see Raven in dailies and don't have a specific knight's weapon, just pick one of these heroes in the order of priority. Winter, Ravia, Charlotte, or Agnes. The next priority would be to get a support that can heal, which is Aqua or Elrond. Next up, let's talk about gems. Now, this is a familiar currency that is in just about any mobile game. There is also always a question of what to spend it on and whether or not you should save it. In the beginning of the game, it is very easy to rack up these gems because of all the different initial quests that you get as a new player. It may feel like gems come very frequently, but I can assure you it will be a struggle to get gems later on. The only things that you should spend your gems on is summoning knights or weapons. Now to answer the question, should you save your gems? Yes, absolutely, up to 40k. Now why that number? It is because of the jewel usage event that resets every week. The very last reward that the jewel usage event gives is a guaranteed legendary knight summon. So the main ways to fill up the jewel usage event is to spend the gems in the knight shop for knight tokens, and maybe using the weapon reforge when you get the building. Keep in mind the weapon reforge only allows untouched legendary weapons to be reforged. This means that the weapon must not be leveled up or equipped. So you might be thinking, oh, then it must be possible to spend 40k gems each week. Well, hate to burst your bubble, but like I said before, gems become harder to obtain when you approach mid-game. I'm currently not in the late stages of the game, but I do see it being possible to obtain 40k gems a week from Arena and Expedition. There's also the Game Center, which is where you get a chance to roll for gold, EXP scrolls, upgrade powder, or gems, which we want. So, there's also this thing where you can get stars, which allows you to increase the multiplier of obtaining gems. Though keep in mind, farming stars takes a long time because you only get 1 every 30 rolls. So because of this, I try to maximize the amount of gems I could get. So if I see 200 gems times 2 or 3, I won't use the star. I will only use it if I see 200 gems times 1. So, you find yourself in Arena, and you're trying your best to climb up the ranks. However, you're not doing so well sometimes. If you find yourself about to lose an arena fight, you can actually exit the game while in a fight and you won't lose your ranking points. Though keep in mind, it will still cost you an arena flag. Doing this will not register you having fought the enemy team, so you can fight them again if you choose to. Sometimes you could do this because now you have info on the enemy team, because most of the time the enemy hides the information of 2 knights in their defense team. If you find yourself unable to rank up anymore and can't use up all of your arena flags, set your defense teams to 1 unit each so you can do revenge battles to gain arena tokens. So you get arena tokens by achieving the next rank, winning a match, dailies, and end of arena season. There is an arena shop where you can use these arena tokens. The only things you should be spending these arena tokens are weapon summon tokens or tokens for Solemn. Though I suggest only getting the weapon summon tokens, as Solemn is not that great of a knight. So, you have built your knight shop and are wondering what is worth buying in this shop. The obvious things to get are items that cost gold or have to watch an ad for. This brings me to a suggestion, and if you have spare money to spend, I think it is very worth it to get the ad removal package, as it really improves your experience while playing. There's quite a few things that do require you to watch ads, and this could save yourself a lot of time. Now, you then notice 1, 5, or 10 Knight Summon tokens in your Knight shop that cost gems. Should you get these? Economically, it makes sense. So yeah, you should get them because even though they vary in the discounts, it is still overall cheaper than normally summoning 10 Knights for 3,000 gems. However, there is a drawback because using Knight summoning tokens does not contribute to your pickup event. Every 21 days, there will always be a new pickup event for a new knight. During this pickup event, the chances of getting this new knight and weapon is increased. With the pickup event, summoning will allow you to receive rewards based on certain increments of either 20 or 30 summons. So by doing knight or weapon summons, you can basically guarantee yourself the knight and weapon if you summon enough. As I said previously, knight or weapon summon tokens do not count towards the pickup event. I quite don't understand why this is the case, but this is how it is, unfortunately. So now you might be conflicted with the knight shop because I just told you it is economically better to spend gems in the knight shop. So what should you do now? Well, you have to find a balance between the pickup event and saving gems, to be quite honest. Sometimes you could get very lucky and get the new knight and weapon from normally summoning as opposed to getting it from the pickup event. I would definitely say to use the knight shop for the discounts, and on the last day of the jewel usage event, use the remaining required gems to complete on regular summons and weapon reforge, if you can complete the jewel usage event. I think this is a good balance between saving gems and being able to rack up summon counts for the pickup event. I also wouldn't really worry about completing the pickup event because you would need a ton of gems to complete it, which quite frankly is not really possible for a free-to-play player unless you have been saving gems since the previous pickup event. You would only really need to aim for maybe getting up to 270 summons, which is very possible in 21 days. So these are the 5 basic tips that I wish I knew when I started this game. This is pretty much the surface of what the game has to offer, as there are so many different game modes that require different strategies to complete. So leave some comments or questions on what you have about the game, and I'll try my best to answer them. I am definitely not a super pro at this game yet, but I'm always learning something new about this game, and will be happy to share it with y'all. I hope you found this video helpful, and stay tuned for more guides on Unknown Knights. Alright, thanks, bye.